Hi, nobodies. So today was a good day actually. With the hiccup. Um, I got out early today because I said it's gonna rain and I need soda. Yeah, priorities. Yeah. Um, so I went out, got what I needed, and then came home and I was like, okay, I'm home for the rest of the day. 1:50 rolls around and my alarm goes off. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got a 2 o'clock appointment for therapy. So I get in my car and I rush up to therapy. Of course, I get most of the way there before anxiety strikes. I mean, like, I was one exit away. Thankfully, Brian called at that moment and, he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. I don't think I said yeah. I think I said no. Well, I think when he first called, I was like, okay, but then I got to that exit, and I was like, no. He's like, you're quiet, and I'm like, yeah, just talk to me, because that's one of the things that I've found works for my anxiety is for somebody to talk to me. Don't talk to me about my illness either. Just talk to me about something. Tell me your life story. Ideas that you have to make the world a better place. Something fun you did, something fun you learned. Those things distract me. I cannot distract myself. I mean, I can try to dissociate, and I get a little bit of relief from that. But given the place where I was at, disassociating is not such a great idea because it is West Little Rock and it is busy and there are a lot of wrecks there. Um, so I have to be completely present. It's not something I can go on autopilot for. I mean, I can try, but it's what I do when I'm sitting at stoplights. So him talking to me really, really helped. And there's always a thing about what, like if you're going to talk about the news when I'm in that state, tell me some good news. Don't tell me something that's sad. Don't talk to me about something that annoys me, or that I'm not interested in at all. I mean, and that's the thing. A lot of people would figure, oh well, I'm probably boring you with this. I genuinely, like when somebody's talking about their childhood, I really enjoy that. Even if I don't like you, I'm sitting there and I'm hearing your story and I'm thinking, okay, this explains some things. I'm thinking about how that shaped the person in front of me, and how that would impact the mind, and like how much do I have in common. There's a lot that goes through my head. Anyway, it works so well at distracting me because I am listening. I may not be able to talk because talking is kind of hard when I'm in the middle of an anxiety attack. When it starts to ebb a bit, then I'll start talking, but I'm like a crackhead or something. I'll just just spitting out facts and just kind of all over the place. And it's because I'm nervous. By that point, picking at my fingers doesn't help. The little things that I do when the anxiety is just building a little bit. So, well, I got to therapy, and I sat there talking like a crackhead. The therapist could not get a word in edgewise, and then I started feeling bad about that. And she's like, no, you are getting your feelings out. She's like, don't stop. So I just spit everything out that came into my head. And she kept reminding me that she wasn't going to judge me. And I mean, I never worry about the therapist judging me. Because I mean, for the most part, I'm I'm neurotic, um, but I'm not bad. I don't do things that people that an educated person would be like, oh, shame on you. You're a horrible excuse for a human being. So I don't worry about the therapist judging me. And she knows by now that I don't assume that she means something when she asks me a question. Because she was asking me questions here and there. And I knew that she was asking me those questions to see if the decisions I've made, if I had thought them out, if I had been in that thought process, which of course I had. The questions she asked me, I had thought about. Um, Product of an overactive imagination and overthinking. I'm always thinking of what could go wrong, what could go right, best case scenario, worst case scenario, all the in betweens. Yeah, those go through my head. And she gave me a bit of helpful advice that I really don't find I didn't find it helpful. Only because in her mind it was good advice, and it would be good advice for a lot of people, but not for me in particular, because I am a very introverted, standoffish, observant person who I like myself. So what she was suggesting to me was like, is like, that doesn't really fit me. I know what you're talking about. Um, you know, and, and explain to her why her thinking was wrong. And judgment free zone, thank God, because some therapists would be like, "Excuse me, I'm wrong," and I was like, "You're wrong about me, and here's why. Here's why this isn't a bad idea." And then she's like, "I see you've thought about that," And I was like, "Yeah, why wouldn't I? I think about everything except stuff. I try not to think about stuff that upsets me, like, um, just for instance, the sex trafficking in India and all these little girls getting AIDS and their families not taking them back when they recover them, and then the government not paying to burn their, not paying, not giving them, like, the places that cremate these little girls charge extra money because the little girls have AIDS, because they were stolen. And there were stories of, like, this one little girl that had been on her back so much that she couldn't walk anymore, because her legs had atrophied. So I try not to think about things like that. um, because there's nothing I can do about that. There's no big idea of what could stop that, because that's unfortunately an evil of the world that's too big for even an army. It's always going to exist. The only thing that we can do is raise up people who wouldn't go to a children's bordello. If you raise up a person that would be sickened by that, then there would be no demand for it, and these girls could not be abducted and put through all that and then rejected by their families over something that wasn't their fault. Like I said, I try not to think about those things because they bug me. It bugs me because I'm like, I saw that and I was on PBS, and I was sitting there going, okay, I want to go kill. I mean, I legitimately wanted to kill the lady that was running this place that they closed down. I wanted to kill her. I was like, I want to go down there and put a bullet in her head. And I rarely feel violently about stuff, but for her to condone that, to run that house, it's just that's not a human being. That there's no way she can call herself human, um, because there are certain things that human beings, to call yourself human, you just don't do. And to do something repeatedly is beyond redemption as far as I'm concerned. There's no redeeming quality to you if you're a part of sex trafficking. As far as like if you're abducting the girls or drawing them in, or you're renting the house that they're in, or you're giving them the drugs that they give them to keep them compliant. If you're a part of that, you have no soul. Anyway, I'm still going to call today a good day because I didn't have a full-blown panic attack. On the way home, I was not doing good. I mean, I had to take a Xanax, and I was proud of myself for not doing it before therapy because I thought, well, I'll be fine after therapy. And I realized about midway through therapy that I might not be. And then when I was walking out to my car, I was like, no, you're not going to be okay. Well, I was okay, but I wasn't 100%. And then I got stopped at every fucking red light. And now, most of the time, I am in no hurry. I don't care if the light's red and I have to stop at every single one of them. But when I'm having an anxiety, when I'm having like nerves firing up for an anxiety attack, the last thing I want is to be stopped in traffic feeling trapped. That's a big no-no. And it's funny that most of the time I can see positive in everything. There's tons of possibilities for me. And then in the middle of that attack, in the middle of those nerves, realizing that, well, maybe not realizing, but thinking that there's those possibilities don't exist. I mean, you really cannot see them during an attack. And then afterwards, it's just kind of like, am I ever going to be normal? Am I ever going to be able to do something so simple that I want to do? Or is it going to rule me forever? I hate it. It's cruel. I wouldn't wish it. I would wish it on that woman. I would wish it on the sex traffickers. I used to say that I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but now that I'm thinking about that, yes, I would wish anxiety on them. I would wish never-ending panic attacks. Yeah. Or maybe just a minute of peace between each one. A minute where they feel like everything's going to be okay. Oh, fuck. Yeah, let's give them that. Too bad you can't. So anyway, I'm still going to call today a good day. I hope that you had a good day, and have a good night.